The white tiger, the rarest of creatures, the one who comes along only once in a generation. Aravind Adiga is an Indian author and a journalist. Before becoming a full-time writer, he worked as a journalist, writing for publications such as Time, Financial Times, and many more. He gained widespread acclaim with his debut novel, The White Tiger, which won the Man Booker Prize in 2008. The novel explores themes of social and economic inequality in contemporary India and received a lot of praise globally. Adiga's narrative style is distinctive and innovative. His narrator explores in a simple style his past, including his anger, suffering, humiliation, and detachment. Adiga's writing is characterized by its sharp social commentary, satirical tone, and exploration of themes such as poverty, corruption, and class divides. His other works include Between the Assassinations and Last Man in Tower. The White Tiger talks about the socio and economic issues of India from an ordinary man's perspective. We get to experience the life of a young man, Balram Halwai, as he narrates his life story of rags to riches to the Chinese president. Now, Balram's life is of any typical low-class family in India. Born into a lower caste, and at a young age he had to drop out of school and start working, even though he stood out among his peers. Later on, he becomes a driver for a very wealthy family, which changes his life. People say that in life, a point comes where we have to make a very critical decision between what is right and what is wrong. Sometimes, the decisions we make may go against our ethics and principles. When Balram is appointed as the Stark's driver, he travels to Bangalore. He gets caught in the complexities of elite lifestyles, and soon, before he knows it, he has to make a decision which will change his life. The instances that led to this decision, what his decision was, and the consequences form the crux of the story, and you do not want me to spoil it. I honestly enjoyed this read very much. After you finish reading the book, you look at things differently. Even the simplest of things give you deeper meanings. The most incredible thing about this book is the way the author delivered it. Firstly, he talks about how there's an India of darkness and an India of light. Balram, the protagonist, comes from the darkness, and we can clearly see his character develop from the innocent and naive rural boy that he was to the entrepreneur that he became when he entered the light. At the end of my read, one feeling that I felt was helplessness. Knowing that even now our India is like this in some places, there is nothing I could do about it. I realized that no matter how technologically advanced we become, no matter how developed our country becomes, unless our mindset changes, unless each and every Indian feels that change in their hearts and minds, we are still the India we were even before independence. Another thing that made me contemplate was the rooster coop. The author symbolizes the coop as the life of every slave. In a rooster coop, a servant is like a rooster that knows they are next but cannot do anything about it. They watch the death of their kin and wait their turn and accept their fate. In many instances throughout this journey, the author has shown the differences between the rich and the poor. Such as he says that if you give emancipation to a poor Indian man, they will scold you and give it back to you. The worst and yet the best part of the story is that once you finish the book, you will feel like doing something, but at the same time feel helpless. You want change, but you also know you cannot enter another heads and change their mindset. The story beautifully ends with Balram finally escaping the coop, indicating that he has found his light. In conclusion, let me borrow a quote from this book. I was looking for the key for years, but the door was always open. Sometimes we have to take our shot at something and look at the beauty in the things around us instead of pursuing futile pursuits.